Hello, my friends. I hope you are doing well today. Imagine this situation. You learn a new English word today. You feel happy. You think, yes, I learned something. But after 2 days, when you want to use that word, it disappears from your mind. It feels frustrating. You feel like English words come in and go out very fast. If this has happened to you again and again, you are not alone. This is one of the biggest problems English learners face all over the world. The good news is this: forgetting words is normal. The brain is not broken. You just need to understand how memory works and how to work with it, not against it. In this video, I will explain how to remember English words in a simple and practical way. This is not about memorizing long lists or forcing your brain to remember. This is about building a natural system where words stay in your mind for a long time and come out easily when you speak or write. So stay with me till the end, because each idea connects to the next, and together they will completely change the way you learn English words. First, we need to understand one very important truth. The brain does not remember words because you want it to remember. The brain remembers words because it finds them useful, meaningful, and repeated in the right way. When you learn a word once and never see it again, your brain thinks this is not important, so it deletes it. This is not a mistake. This is how the brain saves energy. So the goal is not to learn more words. The goal is to make the words important for your brain. Let us talk about how words enter your memory. When you see a new English word, it first goes into short-term memory. Short-term memory is very weak. Words can stay there for a few minutes or a few hours, but then they disappear. To move a word into long-term memory, your brain needs signals. These signals are meaning, emotion, usage, and repetition over time. If even one of these is missing, the word becomes weak. Now think about how most people learn English words. They open a book or an app, they see a word, they read the meaning, maybe they read it again, then they move on. This looks like learning, but it is not deep learning. The brain did not work. The brain did not connect the word to anything real. So after some time, the word is gone. The first big change you need to make is this: never learn a word alone. A word alone is like a stranger. Your brain does not trust strangers. Always learn a word with a situation, a feeling, or a story. For example, if you learn the word confident, do not just learn the meaning. Imagine yourself standing and speaking English without fear. Imagine people listening to you. Feel that confidence. When the word connects with an image and a feeling, it becomes alive in your mind. Images are very powerful for memory. The human brain remembers pictures much better than plain text. So whenever you learn a new English word, create a clear picture in your mind. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be personal. The more strange or funny the picture, the better your brain will remember it. This is because the brain loves unusual things. Normal things are boring for the brain, but strange things stay longer. Another important idea is sound. English is not only a written language, it is a spoken language. If you only see words but never hear them or say them, your memory will be weak. When you learn a new word, always listen to its pronunciation. Then say it out loud. Even if your pronunciation is not perfect, it doesn't matter. What matters is that your brain hears your own voice using that word. This creates another memory connection. Many learners feel shy speaking alone, but this habit is very powerful. When you say a word out loud, your brain uses more areas. It listens, it speaks, and it feels movement in the mouth. This makes the memory stronger. Silent learning is weak learning. Active learning is strong learning. Now let us talk about repetition, but not the boring kind. Repetition does not mean reading the same word again and again in one day. That kind of repetition makes you tired and confused. Real repetition happens over time. This is called spaced repetition. When you see a word today, then again tomorrow, then after 3 days, then after 1 week, your brain understands that this word is important, so it saves it. You do not need complex apps for this, although they can help. You can do simple things. Write new words in a notebook. Review them after 1 day. then again after a few days. But when you review, do not just read.
Try to remember the meaning first, then check. This small struggle is very important. When the brain struggles a little, memory becomes stronger. This brings us to another powerful idea. Do not always look at the meaning quickly. When you see a word, pause for a moment and try to remember it. Even if you fail, that effort tells your brain that this word matters. Easy learning feels good, but difficult learning lasts longer. Context is another key to remembering English words. Context means the environment where a word is used. If you only know the dictionary meaning, you will forget the word easily. But if you know how the word is used in real sentences, it becomes stronger. So whenever you learn a word, try to see it in a sentence. Better yet, create your own sentence. When the sentence is about your own life, the memory becomes even stronger. For example, instead of reading a sentence from a book, make a sentence like, "I am trying to become confident when I speak English." This sentence is about you. Your brain cares about you, so it will remember the word better. Let us talk about emotions. Emotion is a secret weapon for memory. Think about moments in your life that you remember very clearly. Usually, they are emotional moments: happiness, fear, surprise, or excitement. When you connect a word with emotion, it becomes sticky in your memory. So when you learn a word, ask yourself, how does this word connect to my life? Maybe it reminds you of a success, a problem, or a dream. That emotional link will help you remember. Another mistake many learners make is learning too many words at the same time. They think more is better, but the brain does not work like that. If you learn 10 words deeply, they will stay with you. If you learn 50 words quickly, most of them will disappear. Slow learning is fast learning in the long run. Focus on quality, not quantity. It is also important to use words, not just learn them. A word that is not used is like a muscle that is never moved. It becomes weak. Try to use new words in your daily life. You can write a short paragraph, speak to yourself, or even think in English. When you use a word, you tell your brain, "This is useful," and the brain listens. Thinking in English is a powerful habit. Even simple thoughts like planning your day or describing what you see around you can help. When you search for words in your mind, your brain practices recalling them. This is very different from just recognizing words on a page. Recall is what makes memory strong. Now let us talk about forgetting. Many learners feel sad or angry when they forget words, but forgetting is part of learning. In fact, forgetting and remembering again is what builds strong memory. Every time you forget a word and then remember it again, the connection becomes stronger. So do not feel bad. Instead, see forgetting as a signal. It shows you which words need more attention. Another helpful idea is to group words. The brain likes patterns. If you learn words in related groups, they are easier to remember. For example, words about emotions, words about work, words about travel. When words are connected to each other, they support each other in memory. But be careful not to learn very similar words at the same time, because that can cause confusion. Balance is important. Let us also talk about reading and listening. When you read English or listen to English content, you meet words again and again naturally. This natural repetition is very powerful. Choose content that is slightly above your level, not too easy and not too difficult. When you understand most of it but still see new words, your brain stays active and interested. When you meet a word many times in different situations, you understand it deeply. You understand not only its meaning, but also its feeling and usage. This kind of learning is slow but very strong. That is why people who read a lot and listen a lot usually have a strong vocabulary. Now, one very important thing: do not translate everything into your native language. Translation can help in the beginning, but if you always translate, your brain becomes lazy. Try to understand English words in English. Use simple English explanations. Use pictures, examples, and feelings instead of translation. This helps your brain build direct connections in English. Your environment also matters. If English is only a subject for you, your brain treats it as temporary. But if English becomes part of your life, your brain takes it seriously. Change small things. Set your phone language to English. Follow English pages. Watch short videos in English. These small actions create constant exposure. Consistency is more important than motivation. Motivation comes and goes, but small daily habits build strong results. Even 10 minutes a day is enough if you do it every day. The brain loves routine. When English becomes part of your daily routine, remembering words becomes easier. Sleep also plays a role in memory. When you sleep, your brain organizes and saves information. If you learn words and then sleep well, your memory improves. This is not magic, this is science, so take care of your sleep. A tired brain forgets faster. Finally, be patient with yourself. Language learning is not a race, it is a journey. Some days you will remember many words. Some days you will forget even simple ones. This is normal. Do not compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to your past self. Progress may be slow, but it is real. If you follow these ideas, you will notice a change. Words will start to stay longer in your mind. You will recall them faster. You will feel more confident when speaking. Remember, the goal is not to remember words for one exam or one day. The goal is to make English words a natural part of your thinking. Keep practicing, keep using words, keep trusting the process, and most importantly, enjoy the journey of learning English. When learning becomes enjoyable, memory becomes